Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Josie's Point of View, bringing you another video on veterans healthcare. Our story today comes from Clarksburg, West Virginia. Take a look at the headline. And it reads, former VA hospital worker pleads guilty to murder of 7 veterans. This is a very interesting case, so just sit back for a few minutes and let me tell you all about it. And as always, I'll place a link to a few of the full articles in the description box. So our story today is about the Lewis Johnson VA Hospital in Clarksburg, West Virginia. This hospital has been around for a very long time and serves a population of over 70,000 veterans within that region. The hospital was dedicated back in 1950 and upgraded sometime in the 1980s. And it's not just dedicated to patient care services. The expanded services include an active residency teaching affiliation with several schools in the area. And we were also talking about this woman here. Her name is Rita Mays. She's 45 years old, and she was a former nursing assistant who was employed at the Lewis A. Johnson VA Hospital. She worked in that position from 2015 until July of 2018 when she was fired. Well, on Tuesday, July 13th, which was 2 weeks ago, she pled guilty to 7 counts of second-degree murder in the killing of veteran patients at the hospital where she worked. It was during the month of June 2018 that a physician employed at the hospital started getting concerned about the number of patients who had died, and it was determined that they had suffered severe hypoglycemic episodes on the floor in question, and the floor was identified as Ward 3A. It was also determined that these patients had been given high and lethal doses of insulin, which caused their death. And this was perplexing because many of these patients should not have had insulin. Now, the deaths had begun sometime around June of 2017 and had continued until June of 2018, which is when the doctors sounded the alarm. The concern by this physician led to an internal investigation, followed by a referral for a criminal investigation. And as always, everything is done under the shroud of secrecy, so people out here had no idea what was taking place. But Mays was fired in July of 2018 and was never publicly identified in any of the complaints. It was only after the court records became public 2 weeks ago that she was specifically identified and the scope of her actions were disclosed. And this was after several relatives of the patients who died had filed lawsuits against the VA for wrongful death of their loved one. So the VA was they were doing their own private investigation while the relatives of the patients who died were suing the VA at the same time for wrongful death. Now, Mays worked as a nursing assistant on the floor in question, Ward 3A, and in her capacity, she's not authorized to administer medication, and as such, she's not permitted to administer insulin to any patient. However, a total of 11 patients had died, and it was discovered that they had been given lethal doses of insulin. But later on in 2008, it was determined that only 8 of those deaths could be linked directly back to this individual. So on Tuesday, July the 13th, May pled guilty to 7 counts of second-degree murder and 1 count of assault with intent to commit murder. Because if you remember, I said there were 8 patients that could be 8 patient deaths that were attributed to her and her actions, but one of them did not die right away. According to what I read, he died a few weeks later, and that's the reason why she's being charged with assault with intent to commit murder on that particular patient. So 8 counts total guilty, 7 counts of second-degree murder, and 1 count of assault with intent to commit murder. She was held in jail until her sentencing, and that information was not readily available. You know, this story really makes me angry. And I'm angry because I know our veterans deserve better. We sacrifice all for this country, and when we get to a place where we need to be provided with care that's loving and nurturing and therapeutic, we have cases like this one where a VA employee deliberately takes the lives of veterans by injecting them with medication they never needed. I can't see how any person in their right mind could be so cruel, but hopefully now that she has pled guilty, my hope is that she would be held accountable and given a sentence that fully reflects the nature of her crime. And that's all I have for you right now. Please leave me a comment below and let me know what you think about this story. And by all means, feel free to share it. And if you haven't done so already, I want to invite you to subscribe to my channel by clicking on that red subscribe button on the bottom right hand corner of your screen. And if you click on this notification bell right here, you'll be the first to know whenever a new video is uploaded. I thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.